Good afternoon, my dear students. I am teaching class 10th, chapter number 7, Control and Coordination. Now we will be starting with a new topic, that is the divisions of the nervous system, and in that we will be studying about the brain that comes under central nervous system. So now first of all, we should know what are the divisions of nervous system. So divisions of nervous system, they are divided into two, that is there are two components in the nervous system, that is CNS and PNS. CNS accounts for central nervous system and PNS accounts for peripheral nervous system. Okay, so brain and spinal cord comes under the central nervous system, brain and spinal cord. So they take up all the stimulus from every part of the body, they interpret it and they give the command accordingly. They are basically for reflex action, spinal cord is responsible, and for thinking and thought processing, brain is responsible. Now if we come to peripheral nervous system, it acts as a mediator to take up the stimulus and give it to the brain and spinal cord, and it is made up of spinal nerves which arise from the spinal cord and cranial nerves which arise from the brain. Okay students, now we will be learning about the human brain. So human brain is also known as encephalon. So human brain is a delicate organ. It is the main thinking center of the body. It is the main coordinating center of the body. So it is divided into three parts. That is the forebrain, the midbrain and the hindbrain. So it is divided into three parts. That is the forebrain. Forebrain is the largest part of the brain and it is the seat for the thinking and intelligence. Then comes the midbrain, and in the last, the third part will be the hindbrain. So forebrain is the largest part of the brain. It is the thinking center, the sight center, and majorly about 70% of the forebrain is formed of cerebrum. Cerebrum is the dome shape which you see like walnut. This will be your forebrain. So cerebrum is the seat for, or it is responsible for reasoning, for speech, for sight, and it is the side for intelligence. It is the hearing side. So what it does, it is responsible for reasoning, speech, thinking, hearing, intelligence. Next comes the part is the olfactory lobes. Olfactory lobes, they come in pairs and they are situated widely apart and they sense the smell, because whatever we sense from our like nose, whatever we are sensing, smelling from our nose, it goes to the brain, and this olfactory lobes interprets this as this is a smell of something. Now the last third portion will be known as diencephalon. Okay, so this is diencephalon, and again diencephalon has got two regions in it. What are those two regions? Thalamus and hypothalamus. So thalamus is what? Thalamus is having the regions which take up the sensory and motor signaling. They take up the sensory and motor signaling. Okay students, signaling. And the second region will be the hypothalamus. This will be the hypothalamus. This region is responsible for body temperature, for controlling the body temperature, and the urge for eating or drinking. That is the urge for eating or drinking. Okay, so and in detail if we talk about the cerebrum, cerebrum consists of three areas. What are those three areas? Sensory areas, associated areas, and motor areas. So what are these areas, or what is the function? The sensory areas, they receive the stimulus from the sense organs, and associated areas with the previous experience, with the previous memory of the stimulus. What happens? The brain interprets these stimulus. And what are the motor areas? The motor areas, they give command to the motor, they send the impulses, they send the response to the effector muscles to act accordingly. So motor areas, they control the voluntary movement of the limbs. They are under the control of the human beings. So this was all about the forebrain, their three parts and their subparts. What are the functions? And please students, cranium is the outermost bone which protects the brain. Likewise, your heart and lungs, they are very fragile. They are protected by rib cage. Same way, your brain is also very important organ. It is protected by our skull. So the technical name for skull will be the cranium. And inside this, there will be a fluid known as cerebrospinal fluid, or the CSF. Cerebrospinal fluid. So students, please go through this topic and study thoroughly. This is a very important topic, and this brain diagram several times have come in the exam. So students, stay at home and study regularly. Thanks.